Hello my sweeties and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know me, my name is Celise and thank you for joining my spooky little family. In today's video, we will be talking about hard eyes. Let's get into the video. Oh girl, I am so excited to talk about this film today. I luckily got to see Hard Eyes early and I am so happy with the way February is going this year for us. I think we are so back. We are back, baddies. It was rough there in January. It was a little rough, but we're so back. And in the year of 2025, we luckily have a new Valentine's Day horror slasher film. Girl, thank you. I'm so happy. Do you know how much I love a Valentine slasher? My Bloody Valentine, the original, is probably one of my favorite slasher films. It is so good, and I'm so happy that we have Hard Eyes. Directed by Josh Rubin, starring Olivia Holt, Mason Gooding, Jordana Brewster, and Devon Sawa, Hard Eyes follows a pair of co-workers pulling overtime on Valentine's Day that are mistaken for a couple by the elusive couple-hunting killer Hard Eyes. Now they must spend the most romantic night of the year running for their lives. Josh Rubin, if you guys are not familiar, has done quite a few horror films now. He has done a horror film called Scare Me, and he's done Werewolves Within, and he was also in that film A Wounded Fawn that came out, I think, 2 years ago. So Josh Rubin's been a really busy guy in the horror space, and I'm so happy that we have this film now. Now, I have to be honest, Scare Me was not really my bag, but I did really enjoy Werewolves Within. I thought it was cute and fun, and I had a great time, and I thought all the acting was really good. He really does something much different here. This film is so much bigger, and it's wild. The cast is phenomenal. With this film having the whole Valentine's Day slasher thing going on, we have this really cool element where this movie is obviously, I'm sure you can tell by the trailers, it's obviously a horror comedy, but they really ham up how camp it is. Like, the movie starts off and it is immediately funny. The choice of music in this movie is so spot on, especially for Valentine's Day. I really love what they were doing with the whole rom-com element. I thought they did such a great job, and clearly Josh Rubin and the team have a lot of knowledge on rom-coms. Now, what's really telling about me is that yes, while I have a horror film channel, and this is where I talk about my deep love for this genre, this is my life, I actually love rom-coms. I have been a rom-com girl since I was a wee babe. I will always be a rom-com girl. Now, I can tell a really bad rom-com from a really good one. And to be honest, it's hard to, because there's a lot of schlock in the rom-com universe. But I loved everything that they were doing with kind of making it this satire and making fun of rom-coms. It was so great. They just nailed all of the rom-com beats, but had this really cool slasher horror element. Let's delve right into our performances, because those really do affect the rom-com vibe that they are going for. So, Mason Gooding and Olivia Holt, I am so happy that they were casted together. They actually have really great, very believable chemistry with each other. Obviously, Mason Gooding is great in this film, to no surprise. He's really great in Scream 5 and Scream 6, and I loved what he was doing in this movie. Obviously, he's playing the very, like, charming, incredibly handsome, insanely ripped lead hot guy, you know. You guys know. And Olivia Holt is playing this cutesy girl who just got out of something serious and is really trying to focus on her work right now. And she essentially works in marketing. These are all things that have been in rom-coms before, and the way that they play it in the movie is just so funny to me. It actually was reminding me of like the old like Hilary Duff rom-coms. There was one with Hilary Duff where she's like pretending to be a lawyer or something. Oh man, I don't remember that one. It was crazy. It really reminded me of that. Now, they're amazing in this. And I do have to talk about another actress that I really liked, Gigi Zumbato. I thought she was great. She plays the best friend. For some reason on Letterboxd, it doesn't say her character name, which I find strange. But she plays the best friend, and she does a really great job at all the comedic bits. And obviously, I love seeing some Latina representation. So, loved her. She clearly is playing, though, I will say, she clearly is playing that best friend, like, who's kind of wild stereotype. But because they are making fun of rom-coms, and this is essentially a satire, like, it makes sense, and it's really, really effective and funny. And of course, we have to talk about Jordana Brewster and Devon Sawa, who play the cops in this film, and they do such a great job. I was really happy to see Jordana in a horror film. I don't think I've seen her in any others. I obviously know her from Fast and Furious, so it was a pleasant surprise to see her. And Devon Sawa, I mean, horror icon, he does great here as well. It was fun to see him on the big screen. Let's get into our slasher. So the Hard Eyes Killer has a really unique look that I really love. I love that he just looks like the heart eye emoji. I love that. I love that they've been using the heart eye emoji to kind of promote the film, and it's really fun and it works. I think the mask is really cool. It's this cool little mask that has these heart glowing eyes. And I love it. I love it. I think it's iconic and so fun. I think it's such a fun moment. And we haven't had a slasher, let alone a Valentine slasher, with like a cool look like that in a while. Obviously, I think of films like Valentine, but Valentine to me is one of those films that it's really fun, but I don't ever remember the name of the killer. And I don't really find that mask to be that iconic or memorable. Like, I think if that mask were anywhere, I don't think everybody would be like, oh my God, that's the slasher from Valentine. Hard Eyes is really unique, and I love that. I feel like the overall look, there was something about it, and I don't know if it's because the film is just like a Valentine's slasher film. There was something about the Hard Eyes look that kind of reminded me a little bit of Harry Warden from My Bloody Valentine, so I like that. I'm sure there was like a little bit of homage in there, obviously. Now, the story for Hard Eyes is really straightforward, and it is really fun and funny. It wastes no time. This is a really fast movie. It starts kind of instantly, and the opening I thought was really fun. We open with like this cheesy love song. We see what's going on, and immediately we get chaos. Now, I don't want to spoil because Hard Eyes is a new film, and I want you guys all to go out for Valentine's Day and check it out. But the kills in the film are so fun. Not only do they make so much sense within the rom-com element that they're doing here, but they are just ridiculous, over-the-top, gory fun. I love it. There's one specifically, and I won't say which one, but my favorite had to be the one in the car in the drive-in. That's all I'm gonna say. I won't spoil it for you on who it is or whatever, but I loved that. I thought it looked really cool, was great. And we get a really fun cameo from Josh Rubin in this, and I really am a sucker for a director who puts themselves in their movies, even if it's for a really tiny little cameo. I love that M. Night Shyamalan does that with all of his films. I'm always excited, like, ooh, who is he gonna play? Oh my God, when are we gonna see M. Night? And so I loved that Josh Rubin did that. Hard Eyes is for the rom-com horror-loving girlies. Like, this essentially feels like it was made for me. Every year I do a Galentine's Day with my friends, and we usually just watch My Bloody Valentine, and then we watch the ridiculously bad 2009 version of My Bloody Valentine. And that's usually our double feature. But now with Hard Eyes here, I'm so happy because finally, after years, we have something else to add to the list that's going to be so much fun. I really just loved it. One of my favorite aspects was the really cheesy, cliche montage scene. Now, if you're a rom-com girl, you know in every rom-com, there's that moment, there's that moment where they break up and like, oh my God, everything is over and there's a montage scene. They do the montage scene in this movie and it's perfect. And I know I already touched on the music, but the music really does matter in a rom-com because there's just such a specific vibe and they nailed it. They nailed it. Like, I really loved this film. It was so much fun. And I just feel like this is such a girly pop slasher film. Like, baddies, we're so back. It's Valentine's Day. This is for the pink loving girls. This is for us. I'm so happy with this movie. I really have no complaints. It didn't drag for me. In terms of the twist, I will say I kind of saw a little bit of it coming. Obviously, the whole time I'm thinking, who is it? I never think I'm going to be right, but when I am, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess that was like a little bit obvious. But I think ultimately it works. It really just works. It's fun. This is dumb, fun. I loved it. And I'm really excited to see what Josh Rubin does next. If we're gonna have more from the Hard Eyes Killer. I hope so, because this really just checked all the boxes for me. This really was made for me. I love anything that's rom-com horror related. If we can just mesh those together all the time, I'd be so happy. Like, I feel like I just need to do a whole separate channel for like rom-com horror only. But yeah, I really loved Hard Eyes. Now you guys all know how much I love rom-coms, and I'm really happy we could talk about that because it's like a deep secret that I carry with me because no one likes rom-coms. It's like blasphemous to like them. Like, people are like, oh, rom-coms suck, they're boring. Do you guys know what I do? Like, when I am doing nothing with my day and I'm just like alone on my couch on like a Saturday morning, I paint my nails and I watch a rom-com. Like, that is such a great way to start a day. Like, I don't know what you guys mean, but like, do it. Do it and thank me later. And also, if you really think about it, there's a lot of rom-coms that kind of have this weird, like, almost horror element to them, like, where they're like a little bit scary. My favorite example for that would be the films After. Those are terrifying. Those are terrifying. Actually, something really funny with the After series, for an April Fool's video, back when I first started the channel, I reviewed After and I made the trailer look like it was a horror movie. And if you see After, you guys know, like, you would instantly know why I felt that way. There's something really creepy about those movies. And with that, I am going to be giving Hard Eyes 5 levs out of 5. Yes, I'm giving this movie a 5. You don't understand. This is my kind of movie. This is so fun. We are so back. Valentine's horror is so back. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I'm so pumped. I'm so excited. I hope you all enjoy the film. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps me a lot. And be sure to click that little notification bell to be up to date every single time I upload. And let me know in the comments if you plan on seeing Hard Eyes. If you saw it, what did you think of it? And I would love to know your favorite Valentine's horror. Let me know down below. I'd love to talk about it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.